As you level up in life and increase your living standard, your standard for success increases too. Today, we will discuss this concept as this is one of the most important concepts in success in any form, be it dating, relationships, gym, fitness, money, business, education, learning, whatever. This is one of the most important concepts out there, and today we will discuss this in detail. About me, I am Prateek and I went from an average student to the top of my entire grade, and I'll tell you how to do the same. So let's start the video. So, first of all, a few terms in this video that we will discuss a lot. First term is progression. In progression, you will be progressing in yourself. Like you will be improving yourself. For example, you're currently a person who does nothing at all. So you will do something. You are, let's say, not going to the gym. So going to the gym is progression for you. Then is maintenance. You will maintain your standard currently. For example, you earlier were not going to the gym, but now you're going to the gym. So rather than doing things like progressive overloading, calculating the amount of protein, improving your exercises, you maintain yourself to going to the gym, just being consistent. Now, deprogressing. At this level, you are going worse and worse off as the time goes on. For example, earlier, you were just a person who was doing nothing at all. Like you were not into good habits or bad habits. You were just a normal person. Then you started playing video games. You started going to those weird ass websites. You started like watching Instagram reels and everything. So you started making yourself worse and worse off. So the end result will be worse. In progression, end result will be better. In maintenance, end result will be the same. In deprogression, the end result will be worse. Like your current self can either improve, maintain what it has, or be worse off. These are the three terms that will be important for this video. Now, to explain this concept of standard of success, we will take the example of gym or fitness as it's the most like intuitive example for most of the people. When talking about gym and fitness, the first thing that comes to mind is where to start. Let's take the example of a fat person. Like this person does not go to the gym and eats junk food all day and all night. Okay, what will be success for him? The success currently would be to just not eat anything bad. Like if you are eating bad things, junk food, pizza, burger, whatever, 24/7, then just not eating anything bad is success for you right now, right? Then, after you have achieved that goal for quite a long time, for example, he is not eating anything bad for 1 or 2 weeks now. Now, it is expected out of him to not eat anything bad. Now, the standard for success has increased. Now, the standard is to eat something good. Earlier, it was to go from minus to 0, to at least go from minus 10 to 0. But now it is from 0 to 10. You're getting my point? Like, that's the level of success and how it increases. For example, this person who was eating something bad earlier now will be eating something good. He first went from a person who was eating bad to a person who was eating neutral, like good, bad, both. Now he has to eat something good, right? Now after he eats something good and he is consistent on that, now the success level will again increase. Now the level is not just to eat something good, but to go to the gym, to do some exercise. Now showing up to the gym or just like buying the membership card for the gym, that's success for him right now. Because this is what he doesn't have right now, and if he has, then that will improve his life or that will be progression for him, right? Now, he buys the membership card and starts going to the gym. But after 1 or 2 months, it is not success. It is a given for him. Like, it is expected out of him to go to the gym. It's nothing special. Now what will be special is to improve the workouts, to improve the nutrition, improve the diet. Let's say he improves the workouts. Now, to improve the diet. Let's say he does that. Then, to learn the concepts of gym, like progressive overloading or various other, like learning more about the exercise and everything. You're getting my point? So, the level of success is never constant for anybody. You cannot say that this person is successful because he has achieved this. Because there is everywhere, like all the time, there will be something that you do not have and that you can achieve even in a particular field. Now, let's take the example of money to help make this point even more clear. Currently, you are into bad habits, like you go to those weird ass websites like Pornhub and all, and watch those goofy ass videos. Or you play Instagram, like you play games, watch Instagram reels and everything. Not watching those videos, not playing games, that's the current success for you. Then, reading books, reading even one book in a whole month, that's success for you. Then, opening your business. Like let's take the example of YouTube because it's the most intuitive one. Just creating your YouTube channel, that's that's the progression that you are doing right now, because it was not expected out of you, but if you do that, then that will help you achieve something more. Yeah, or opening a dropshipping website, opening an agency website, that's what will be success for you right now. But after sometimes it is a given for you, like it is nothing special right now, that if you have opened a YouTube channel and you are uploading few YouTube videos, then that's a given. Like of course you will do that. Like after few days of being consistent, it's a given, and it's natural for you to do that. It's unnatural for you to not do that. Then that will come in deprogression. But we never have to deprogress. Now, what will be the next level for you? To improve the number of subscribers, to improve view count, to improve the thumbnail, to improve the video quality, to improve your editing, right? Now, after you have done something like that, then what? Again, the level will increase again and again. After you have got, let's say, one subscriber, your first subscriber, now your goal would be to get one person to your sales page, like to channel some audience to your sales page, right? And after that, your goal would be to get someone to buy something from your sales page, then to make a membership program and to get recurring payment. Your level of success will always increase no matter what you are doing right now. You're getting my point? And that's the basis of improvement. Now let's take one final level of like this example and everything, so that this point becomes even more clear. Then we'll get to the essence of this video, which is standard of success for studying. Alright? Now, we'll take the example of girls. Earlier, not watching those videos, not watching those like goofy ass, seductive ass Instagram reels, that was success for you. Then, like talking to girls, just cold approaching a girl, even if it goes bad, even if she does not reply, even if you get ignored, that's success for you. Then holding a conversation is then to get her Instagram ID, to get her number, to get some information out of her, like to make this a kind of daily routine, to make that girl fall in love with you. That's the attraction. Then to get into a relationship, then to make the relationship last more longer. Now, you'll notice a pattern here. The pattern is that earlier, in the first stage of nearly everything, it is to not do the bad habits. Like it doesn't start with doing the good habits, but rather not doing the bad habits. Because if you do the bad habits, then you're already deprogressing. So your first goal is to not deprogress. It is to maintain, right? So that you come on the level of maintenance. Then your next step is always to progress, but a little bit, like from 0 to 5 or 0 to 10. Then to progress even more and even more. Then at some point it just goes from progression to improvement, to improve what you're doing. First step is to go from deprogression to maintenance, then maintenance to progression, then progression to improvement. This is what the common scale of success is, and this is how the standard rises. Now, let's discuss this whole success thing and the levels of success in terms of studying, because that's what my channel is about and that's what I will be telling you. When you study, what's your goal? To get high grades. But before that, what you gotta do? Of course, as we discussed in the pattern, the first thing is to not get into those bad habits like playing games or whatever, right? That's the first thing that you gotta do. Now, as you have achieved that success, again the bar will increase. If you go from 4 to 5, the bar will increase from 4 to 7, because you have achieved something. So that is an objective fact for you, that I have achieved it. But the bar is not objective, it is subjective. As you rise, the bar will rise exponentially for you. Now, you have like started reading books or whatever. Now what their success is? Now to understand the concept. It's not just to read a book, but to understand what you are reading, right? Like instead of just reading about like let's say velocity, vectors and whatever, it's to understand the concept or apply it. Then to solve sample question papers or to solve like in-text questions or things like that in the book or in the notebook. Then to solve questions under time pressure. Then to solve previous year papers, sample question papers. Then to do good in your exam. You are getting my point. Then at the end, there comes a stage where all this just vanishes and what remains is what you have achieved. Like in the starting, it was what you're doing, what your work is. If you're doing something good and if you are progressing, like if you are going from maintenance to progression or deprogression to maintenance, then that's progress. If you're doing that, then that will be success for you. But at some point, when you have achieved like the objective success that you had earlier, but success is not subjective, as the success goes on, you'll realize that now your work doesn't count. It doesn't, no one is asking how much you are studying, but rather how much your marks you are getting. That's the question. Like earlier it was how much you are studying or are you studying at all. Now it becomes if you are studying, then why are you not getting the results? What's the problem? Like if you are actually studying hard, then why are you not getting the result? That's what it turns to. Like that's what it transforms to. Like getting my point. Earlier it was that okay, if you are studying, then okay, that's like amazing. That's you should be. You should be studying. But after some time, after you keep improving yourself, it becomes how much are you actually getting? Like how much reward or how much percentage, how much grades are you getting? You're getting my point. The perspective turns from your work to your success, and your success, as it is a subjective thing, will keep on increasing. Now, some people might ask that my success is to just do this. Like, let's say your success is to be the highest scoring student in your entire class. Now, that's a limit, and we'll talk about it later. But first of all, we gotta discuss an important concept, and that concept is people might say that I don't even know what the next level is, and that the answer is that you know, but you are just not accepting it. For example, you're currently the highest scoring student in your entire school. Okay. Now you might think, what's the next level? Like I've already achieved most of the things that I might want. But your next level might be highest scoring student in your entire city, in your entire like district, in your entire state, in your entire country, in your entire continent, or achieving the highest award in your entire country, in a field. Let's say in physics, in chemistry, achieving an amazing award. But you might think, oh no, that's not for me. That's not what I want. But that's the level of success. That is the next level that you have to get to. That's the standard. That's how the standard has increased. Earlier, it was just that you have to be the highest scoring student in your school. But now it has become to be the highest scoring student in your entire country. Now you might think that's not possible. But many students do that. Like if you are not the highest scoring student, then someone is. And how are they the one? Like you are not getting the point that if someone is doing that, then why cannot it be you? If the highest scoring student can be anyone, then why cannot it be you? Let's say you have a countrywide or a nationwide exam in which you have to attempt, in which you have to like get the highest marks or whatever. Now, if you are not the highest scoring student, someone is, like someone will be. How are they the highest scoring student? Are they doing something different? Are they having some other thing that you don't have? Of course not, because they are doing more work, because their level of success is more and they are trying to achieve that. You are getting my point? There is no limit to success, and that's how we get to the point of limit. Should you limit your success? Or the question might be, if I always chase success, then how will I be happy? To that, my answer is that there is no limit to success. You cannot limit success in any way. Let's start from gym. Can you limit your success in any way? Can you say that yes, I have achieved this kind of body and this is where I'll stop? Can you say that? No, because you can achieve more. Technically, it's possible to always achieve more and more. For business, if you have like let's say earned millions of dollars, you can still go to billions. You can still go further and further. In girls, let's say you are attracting a 9 out of 10, a 9.5 out of 10, a 10 out of 10. You can still go further and further. You can 2 times or 3 times. Like there is no level or limit that after that success is not possible. It is always possible to be more successful, but it depends on how much you want to be successful. You're getting my point? Because people might say that I just don't know what to do else. Like I have already done whatever I thought it was important, or I have already done what I would needed to do. But you gotta realize that success is not what you needed to do, but rather what you can do, what you are able to produce. But here we get to the important part where you should limit your success. Like there is no limit to success, but you have to limit somewhere. Because that question, that if I always chase success, how will I ever be happy, is a valid question. I completely agree with that. Because if you always work like 20 hours a day, 23 hours a day, not sleep at all, then you cannot like live your life that way. To that, my answer is limit your success to the point when you will be unhappy after that point. Let's take an analogy. When you're going to the gym or when you are in the fitness niche, you also know, I also know, that after some point, like your body becomes more and more bulky because you're doing more like muscle growth and everything, and because of that, it becomes harder to walk. Your joints are more painful because of that, right? So, if the level of success that you have achieved is becoming more hard or is becoming more like difficult for you to sustain, then just deprogress a little and come to the level that you earlier were the happiest on. Let's take a number example. Alright? Let's say you're currently a 7 out of 10 in any field, in anything, it's just a number, a 70%, and you can go to 100% most. Technically there's no limit, but let's take a limit because that will be easier. Now, from that 7 out of 10, if you go to that 8 out of 10, and then you think that it's painful, I do not want to be here because this is decreasing the standard of my life. It's not helping me in any way, but rather it's just making me sad or it's making me more unhappy. If that's what you're getting to, then what I recommend is going back to that 7. Because your goal is not to be the most successful. Because there are many people who are successful who have suicided, who have killed themselves. Your goal is to be the most happiest. Your goal is to be the most fulfilled in your life. Is to make the most of your life. You're getting my point? It's not to be the most richest. Like it's not to be the richest. It's not to be the most most handsome, most attractive, highest scoring student. It's not that. It's to be the most fulfilled. But if you have to sacrifice your life for that, if you have to literally leave your life, if you have to just work and work to achieve that, and you're not happy in that stage, because many people are actually happy in working like me, but if you're not, then what's the point of that success? Let's take the example of business. Let's say you have achieved millions of dollars, let's say $5 million, and you know that that's enough for you for your life. Now you start improving your level because you think that it will help you. Let's say now you cannot sleep because you have to launch new products, new courses, new programs. You have to attract more customers, take more sales calls. Because of that, you cannot sleep, you cannot eat peacefully. Your mind is always revolving about business. If that's the case and you're not happy with your life, then what is the point of your success? What's the point of you reaching here if you're not even happy here? That's what I want to explain to you, right? Let's take the example of girls now. Let's say that you have looks, you have already done the looks maxing and everything, and now you're attractive as fuck. Like girls are literally so attracted to you that they'll agree to whatever you say. But you're not liking this because you have to go to the gym every day. You have to apply those little cream ass things on your face or whatever, or you have to do that thing of lip balm, shampoos or whatever. You're not liking that because the level of success or the standard of success is too high now and you cannot keep up with that. Then just get to the level that you were the happiest on, and then you'll realize that this success is much better than the highest success that you could get. It's not always the best to go to a 10 out of 10, but rather to a 7 out of 10 if you were happy on the 7. But you gotta make sure one thing, that is, your mind will always try to make you think that more success is bad. Let's say you are the highest scoring student in your entire school. Now, your next aim is to be the highest scoring student in your entire state. But your mind will say that no, we do not need to be, we do not want to be. It's much better if we are this way, it's much better if we do not do anything. Your mind will of course say those things, right? But let's take a scenario that a genie comes to you, like you know that little Aladdin thing in which you rub the lamp and whatever. It comes to you and say that you will currently become the highest scoring student of your entire state. Do you want to be? Yes or no? What would your answer be? Just think about all the fame, all the respect, all the success that you will get out of it. Your answer what would be? Most of the students or most of the people in general would say yes, I want to be. Let's take the example of gym. Your mind might say that no, we do not need to get to a 7, like we do not need to get to a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 if you're currently a 8 out of 10. This is enough. But now if someone says that without doing any hard work you can become a 10 out of 10, of course your mind would say yes. Of course you would say yes. You know why? Because your mind is not willing to do the hard work. It wants the success, but it does not want to do the hard work that is needed. You are getting my point? It's just focusing on the hard work rather than the success. When you are thinking about the 10 out of 10 body, your mind is thinking about the thousands of hours or hundreds of hours that it has to put in the gym. Your body has to go through the calisthenics, the gym, the workout, the nutrition. Your mind is thinking that while you are thinking about the 10 out of 10 body. That's why there is resistance. And you have to break through that resistance. Like this thing that I told you. That after you have achieved some level and you're not happy with that. It only works after you have achieved that level. This is important. After you have achieved it. Not before that. Not like I am the currently highest scoring student in my entire school. It's not that I am not thinking about if I'm thinking about the highest scoring student in the entire state and my mind is resisting, saying that no, you should not be, it's this, it's that, whatever. But I have not achieved that level yet. And that's why I am not the one to say. I cannot say that it's good or bad. I first have to achieve that then I can say it. You're getting my point? Like, let's take the example of gym. At the 7 out of 10 body, you'll think I want to go to an 8 out of 10. Your mind will of course say that no, it's bad, we are good this way. But how do you know that it's bad? You do not know. You are not the person who have got to a 8 out of 10 body. So first go to the body, first achieve that level, then think, am I happy here or am I not happy, am I not satisfied? If you are happy, then you can achieve more. If you are not happy, if you do not even want to be here, then what I recommend is just stepping down and going one level before, right? If you just go from if you just go to an 8 out of 10 body and realize that fuck, it is amazing, I really should be here, then why not go to a 9 out of 10? Your mind will again say that oh no, 9 out of 10 is bad, I do not want to be a 9 out of 10, whatever. But then again, do you know how is it to be a 9 out of 10? So just go there and then realize. Now, this was all for this video, and of course I want to explain more, but this video is already so long, it's nearly half an hour long. So that's why I'll condense more of the content that I have in next video or in further videos. Till then, I highly recommend you to join my course if you want more videos like this, how to be more disciplined, how to learn faster, how to be more efficient in studying. It's an amazing course if you want to study better and you want to achieve higher grades. You really should join. It's amazing and you should join. I highly recommend it to you. It's very affordable right now. It's a pre-sale, but if you join right now, then you'll get a much higher discount. I highly recommend it to you. Just click the link in the description and you will get to the website. Till then, you can watch my previous videos and all. Like and subscribe to the channel. I highly recommend the course to you. Watch my previous videos and all. And as always, work like a dog, live like a lion.